Hello, hello. This is Sandy from Ledoux Designs. Hoping you guys are excited about the Monsters Inc. Part 2. If you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe. It will help, and I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hello, hello. When you pop on, make sure that you say hi so that I can make sure the comments are working. That way I can make sure I can see if you have any questions, concerns, whatever. So, hi Donnell. The other day, Tuesday, we colored Mike. And if you missed it, you can catch it in this group or on YouTube. Watching the TV too. Awesome. Thank you for commenting. We also did Celia. And we did Boo. And we did the little stuffed animal that goes with it. On the side, I did a few canisters just in case I decide we needed some accents for the project. We also may have to do sentiments because I haven't decided what sentiments we're going to use. This is the pop-up card that the Sassy Club has. I cut the pieces already out. So we'll be putting this together. When it's completed, it looks like this. Lays flat, pops up. Ours will look different. This was just a sample I made. Ours will look a different theme, but it's the same idea. It's got two panels on the inside and a back panel right here. And we're going to put one of those together today with our characters. Since we finished coloring all of these on Tuesday, and it went way faster than I thought, that left us the available time to do Sully tonight. Everybody wanted Sully. So we are going to color him tonight. So there you go. It's these two sets, We Scare and For You. If you like them, you can click on my link to the Sassy Club and you can see what else great stuff they have there. So let's go ahead and get started on coloring Sully so we can get him finished and start working on our card project. So for Sully, I have chosen some blue colors in the BG family because I feel like he kind of has a blue-green color, and then also the V17, 15, 12 kind of color for the purple spots that he has. Okay, going to your tablet. Sweet. Okay, so I'm going to do, so on Sully, they have these, she has these spots drawn in, and these spots, but they actually go down the whole side of him, so we are going to add additional spots on our own, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to get started with the horns first. I always like working with that first. So I've chosen E44, and we're going to put some of this shadow color in. I've been working on cleaning my markers today, the caps and the barrels and all that stuff, and then when I get home on Sunday I will be refilling all of them, so that will be a task and a half. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more so you guys can see a little bit more of the detail. So I'm just adding some, I really need to clean the top off this marker. I knew it was sticky. It's very, very frustrating. Okay, sorry about that. Technical difficulty. I think we'll be able to make it through until I can really clean up this marker, but I think there's a little bit of a clog on the nib, and that's why it's doing that, so I need to clean it up. So there we go. So I'm gonna put this marker up to the side so I can remember to clean that up really good. Next we have 43. You guys are quiet. There's 3 of you out there. Say hi. Or if you're just really shy and don't want to, you don't have to. But we're just going to color his horns up first, and then we'll work on his spots next, because we'll want to build those spots in, and some of the blue will have to go over the purple. You'll see what I mean when we get there. So we need to do them first so they're underneath. There we go. So now we have Sully's horns done. I almost threw that cap on the floor. I'm telling you, slippery little suckers. So let's work on the purple next. So I have these 17, 15, and 12. I'm gonna start with 17. It's the darkest color. And normally on spots, I would just round the bottom part of it, but because we want him to look furry, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna actually do it with some brush strokes, kind of a little bit off the spot. I don't really need it to be completely circular, so I'm just gonna work that in a little bit random there. It looks kind of crazy to start off with, but I promise it'll be okay. We need it to look a little bit on the fuzzy side. And since we're going to do the blue-green color in fuzzy, then we want to do this one as well. So I'm going to start working a little bit on some circular spots down here. So I'm going to kind of do them like this. Just kind of starting to build that little bit of spots, because he kind of has them going all the way down. So they look a little weird right now, but I promise they'll be okay in the end when we get done. So we're just marking our spots. Some spots down here as well. And there we go. So now we have the basis for the spots. I really thought there'd be a lot more people here. I'm worried that they're going to be sad they missed out. Maybe y'all will just catch the replay. Okay. It's quite a task to clean all your markers. So this one didn't get clean because it doesn't need filled, and I only chose the ones that needed to be filled to clean today, which was quite a bunch of markers. So we're extending from where we put that original dark color, kind of covering doing the around the outside type of thing. Oh, I didn't even know that, Donnell. Wow. Guess that's a bummer. I didn't know that, huh? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where everyone is. That's okay. They can watch the replay, catch the rest of it. Thanks for watching and watching. Watching and watching both. So I'm going to add some brush strokes off of these circles now. Start building that in a little bit. There we go. This is just kind of trying to texture him up just a bit. I feel like it'll be a little bit helpful to see him textured up a bit. We have one more color to go. Oh, hey, Mom. Oh, so everybody's watching that presidential debate. Right, Diana? All right, so there we go. We added our own spots down the side because Sully actually has spots all the way down him. So this is V12, and this is where I'm just going to fill in any white space in between my two purple colors just so that I don't have any white space in there. And I know it's all outside the lines. I am okay with that because I'm going to be putting the next color right over top of some of that. So, and I don't want to blend it up too much. I want to kind of leave it, his skin is not smooth, so. How am I tonight? I'm pretty good. I am pretty good. I got to spend the day with Cooper, which was nice. That always makes me happy. Okay, so before I move on to the blue, I think we need to take care of all of the white spots. So with the C1, you had a new phone today? Oh, happy birthday, Mama. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's Mom's birthday today. C1, I want to do on the bottom of these big teeth right here. And I like to do the white-ish part first because I wouldn't want to pull any blue into his teeth. And I'll do his toes and nails in a black color so it won't be that light color. Yours is Saturday? Happy early birthday! Now I'm going to use the Colorless blender to blend out that line so you don't see a harsh line on the teeth. There we go. I know, doesn't it just make you happy when you get to have the grandkids? They're just so cute. So today, Cooper said the cutest thing. I'll tell you guys while I'm coloring. I said, I love it when you come and visit me. And he said, me too. And I said, are you always going to come and visit me even when you get bigger and you're all grown up? And he said, well, if I'm busy, I promise I'll call. I was like, okay. He's already anticipating being busy when he grows up. Okay, bye, Donnell. Okay, so we're doing the outsides and the underside of these toes. I'm going to try to make it look like there's little nails, like claw nails on his toes. So that's why we're doing this very delicate around the edges on his toes. I know, isn't that just sweet? I said, well, that'll do. If you promise to call me, I'll be okay with that. Okay, so next I want to use C5, if I can find it. I was so happy to see. Oh yeah, we FaceTimed you today. He was excited to do it too. He was like, ooh, let's call her. Hey, Sandra. So this is C5, and what I'm going to do is leave a little white space in the center. It's going to be really small, and that's okay because I'm going to use the white gel pen to enhance it. But I want it to kind of look like he has like a little claw there in the middle of his feet. Just because that's the way I see him. So it's very, very light, but I think when I use the white gel pen, it will make it better. These ones, not so much. I'm not going to worry about them all that much. I'm just going to make them... Oh, I missed that hand with the dark color. So this was C7 that I did around them. I don't know why I was thinking he only had one hand. I guess my brain is escaping me today. It was all the coloring, all the Copic cleaning that I was doing today. My mind was stuck on that. Okay, so we have that part done. I like it when I have all the easier parts done. Now I'm going to use the colorless, thanks, and we added a few too. I'm going to use the colorless blender to blend down that center part. I want to soften those, but I want to keep that white line in there so that it looks like he has little claws. So notice I'm just going over and over in that same spot, that one spot that doesn't have any color to it, and I'm trying to direct the ink to move away from that spot so that it stands out as like a nail. So see how that looks? It kind of makes it look like he has little nails. Oh, good. I'm slowly getting you to use your colorless blender. Boy, I'm telling you, it has a lot of uses. It is so helpful. I use it so much. Okay, so for Sully, I chose to do these colors right here, the BG 18, 15, 13, and 11. And I also think that I pulled in BG 32. Let me check. No, that one's, yeah, I think that's the one. So BG 32, let's put that in between here because we're going to need 5 colors. We have a lot of coloring to do. Consider you influenced. It's a magical, I like it so much I have 2 of them. So because I use it so much, one wears out, I got another one on hand already before I have to replace ink in there. So for Sully, the darkest parts that I want him to have is I definitely want his nose to be really dark on the underside. So I'm going to go ahead and do the little nostrils and along the base, just like that. And then inside his mouth, I know you guys probably have noticed by now, or if you followed me before, you know that I like to put the darkest color, usually the darkest skin tone color, but since he doesn't have a skin tone, he's just this color, I like to put that color in his mouth because, I mean, I don't know, it just makes sense to me. The outside's this color, the inside's gonna be the same color, just darker, the darkest one, so it looks like a shadow. So there we go. So now those were the 2 main parts that I really wanted to get the dark color in. Now we're just gonna do some of the shadowy areas. So definitely under his eyebrows right here. And we're gonna do a bit over here of brush strokes coming from the side. I'm not gonna put the brush strokes next to each other because we'll use the next color to get those going. And then we're definitely going to do a few. I'm so sorry, someone called me in the middle of a live. Sorry about that. You actually did that with the Bing Bong I colored for this release also, so thanks for that idea. Oh, you're welcome. That's great. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to do this shadow area underneath this part of his face. I don't really want to say beard. It's not really a beard. And I'm going to try, while I'm doing this, to keep all of his fur going down so that it can all stay in the same direction and it will look uniform. So I'm not going to keep them all close together like that. I'm just going to put some in here. And then I'm going to come down this other side because we want this dark shadow area to stay underneath his fur. So I think some people feel a little bit overwhelmed by him because he's such a bigger character than the other ones, but he's really not hard to do. So we're going to get some shadow under his arms. And I want all the fur going down So I'm gonna make these kind of go up so that they will match the up and down fur pattern that I'm working on. And you'll see how that plays out here in just a little bit. So we're starting to get there. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit down here and down his legs just for some shadow. I like to put some on the feet as well because they are on the ground and there would be some shadow there. So now his hands are a little different, so I'm going to put more of these brush strokes on his hands to keep in that same up and down fur motion. He's gonna look pretty crazy right now, but I promise it'll come together. I'm gonna also do a few of them going this way, up from his fur going this way, but not a lot, just a few to start out. And we'll build more on that when we use a lighter color. And his face, I'm going to keep that fur curved just a little bit because I think it'll give it a little bit of personality. So we're going to stick with that. I think I'll add a little bit right here where his horns are as well. Okay, so we're going to need a little bit like around these edges right here. And remember, I told you I was going to put some of it over the purple. So I'm not really being all that cautious about the purple because I want it to mix together. So I'm not really worried about whether it goes over the purple or not. I want it to show, but again, there's spots, so it's all blended together for him. So we're going to stop with this color for now, and we'll move on to the next one. So the next one is BG15, and there's 5 colors. So the next one will be like the true color. So I'm going to use this one, but I won't use it as much as I'll use the other colors. So I'm going to do in between where I put those, and just as long as you're close, that's all that really matters. It doesn't have to be exactly specifically in between, just, you know, eyeball it and you'll be good. We're going to extend out a little bit of this area right here where we put that shadow. We need to extend that just a little bit. And then we're going to start working more designs, more fur around his face. These are still going to remain fairly short brush strokes, but they're gonna get bigger. And I'll show you how we're going to meet his mouth to this fur that we've started around his face. So he doesn't have any lips here. So what I'm going to do is add him some lips. I feel like he needs a little bit of lips, and that'll help me with the fur. So what I'm going to do is just kind of draw in these little lips. It's going to look funny at first, but it'll come together, I promise. I might have oughta done that with the darker color. Let's do a tip to tip, because I want it to be slightly darker than the brush strokes I'm about to do. So I'm going to just rub my BG15 on top of the BG18, and then I'm going to build this line very thin but a little bit darker. Same here. I promise it looks funny right now, but it'll look good when it's done. This is what makes us be able to do different stuff. Now, since I already have that other color, I'm going to blend the nose up just a little bit. And then I'm going to close the BG18. I don't need it anymore. And then we're going to start doing a few of the fur coming from the bottom lip. different lengths and not real close together. Now he's gonna have a bit of fur going this way, but this part of his face is gonna be more smooth than furry. So you'll just be able to see it. So he's gonna look kind of funny, but hang in there, we'll get there, I promise. Okay, so I'm gonna start doing some, I wanna keep all his fur going the same way. I've already said that, so I'm going to add some of this color. Just keep going. We're going to be adding this everywhere. Everywhere we added the dark color, we're going to add this color. And then I'm going to add a few extra strokes in the middle of this area. See, he's going to look crazy. Crazy for a bit, but he'll come together nicely, I hope. That is the plan anyway. Just putting a few of these. I'm doing it with a very, very light touch because I don't want to smother out the purple, but I definitely want the fur to look like they're intertwined together. And turn your image if you need to while you're doing this. Now we're going to start going down a little bit here. Notice I'm not putting them side by side again because we're going to add some additional fur underneath this. So we're going to do some going down a little bit because we have to build in layers of this fur. So we're just going to keep going with a few more, starting and stopping in different spots, trying not to line them up, but you know, sometimes our brain does that when we're moving slow to try to line everything up, and I don't want it lined up, so I do want a little bit more consistency down here on his feet because he has a big body covering all of that stuff. So just giving him a little bit more depth down here. So he's looking a little bit nuts and bolts. And next we're going to use BG13. Each one of these is getting a little bit lighter than the last one. And this one is the true color. So this is the one that we're going to be putting around the outside as well. So brush strokes, same as we did before, kind of filling in that outside line so there's no white along the edge. And starting to build that in. So here we go. This part that's really smooth is going to start coming down. This part's going to remain soft and very soft for him. Going to start building a few more of these brush strokes along his mouth. He's going to be very fuzzy when we get done. I'm also going to go in here and start building up a little bit of this. Just to make his mouth stand out a bit, we're going to need that. Round the outside. There you go, Cecilia. Hey, thanks for popping in. Exactly. We do that often. Lots of around the outside. So this one, this is the color that I want to make sure my outside edges are colored in with this. but we also have to keep doing our brush strokes to keep him furry. It's furry nice. Pretty sure I took that from someone else. Oh yes, I hear ya. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you popped in. I don't normally ever watch that either. So don't want there to be too many more of the bluish green through the purple because I don't want to settle the purple. Kind of picking up my pen once I hit the purple on that part. I want to go ahead and start getting his feet built in. We did just him tonight because he's so much more detailed than the other ones. So from this area right here, I'm going to go ahead and build that in as well. But the other strokes we'll do from the top. So all the middle stuff, we'll do those in brush strokes down towards the bottom of the body. We're just filling in the outsides right now. So then we have to add these extra ones, and they are in, you know, just randomly in the middle of the body because we don't want it to be one big long stroke. We want it to look like a whole lot of fur going on there. There we go. So we're starting to get him filled in. So much better. Yeah, I agree. I'm not one to discuss all of that stuff going on. And I figured this would just be fun. What a fun, relaxing thing to do. We're also going to build our card that we talked about the other night. So this is going to be really fun. As soon as we're done coloring Sully, we're going to really start filling that in. So it's amazing, right? It looks like fur. I'm going to do just a little bit of this around his nose, but not on his nose because I want to keep his nose like a whole lot lighter. So we have two more colors. The next one that I'm going to do has a little bit more of a green minty than the blue teal, and I felt like it needed just a little bit of this. So this is BG32. I'm going to start filling in his face, kind of keeping my brush strokes going in the direction of the hair, even though I'm not making these hair brush strokes, if you will. We're going to start finishing up his upper lip because he wouldn't have any highlight on the upper lip. And then we'll do some more of these, just kind of trying to hit those in between that might not have gotten filled in yet. So we want to start taking all that white out. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to start going this way, but we're not going to fill it completely in because we do have one more color we want to use to combine the two or the four colors together. So we're going to use one last color for that. There we go. So that's looking better. Let's do a little bit here. We'll still leave a little bit of area for the highlight. Well, I'm afraid my hand's probably in the way for that. Hopefully you can still see it. Okay, same with this. We're just gonna do very light brush strokes over the white, some of the white areas. Start trying to fill that in. Same process, you're just doing it all the way down his body. But you have to remember to do it in layers. Because if you don't do it in layers, it is not going to look like fur. So some top layers, some bottom layers, lower, 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 and just keep going until you get all of that filled in. We want to kind of get these feet and the body to kind of mix together. Okay, so his feet are starting to really come together. We need to do this area right here. Start filling all of that in along the edge. Not doing all of it because we got one more color, so be patient, we're not done yet. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit in his nose at this point to start softening that transition between this one and the last color. See, now he looks very furry. So the next color is going to be the BG11, but I can see that I have a little bit more blue on this side than this side. So I'm going to go back to the BG32 real quick and add just a few more over here so it balances out with the other side. Yeah, one more right there. There we go, much better. Okay, so now this is the last color. This is the BG11, and this is where I'm just gonna do back and forth to take out any additional white space that's left there. So I don't want to blend. Now I am going to on this area up here on his face because I don't want it to look like a big old fur ball, but the rest of it, it's going to be that back and forth. I don't want to blend out my brush strokes. I want to be able to see them, but I also want to fill in the white. So this is with a pressure of about 1, barely touching the paper. We do a lot of pressure 1 when we're blending together or highlighting. Now I'm going to go along his upper lip and kind of fill in that white area with this last color so that it doesn't look stark white against those teeth. And then that makes it look like his little lip. And I'm going to define that lip again a little bit more here in just a few minutes, so bear with me. Very light touch. Remember, we don't want to touch too hard and we don't want to cover all of the purple. Now with this one, because they're different layered, I'm just going to do them this way and then don't want to lose my texture. Okay, now we're going to look at them, see if there's anywhere else we need to do anything else to make this a little bit more defined. I like his nose being light, but I don't want it to show that much of a transition right there, so I need to smooth out that. I'm going to put white on the top of it so it'll be much lighter here in a few minutes. But I'm going to go back with my, sorry I'm late, driving home from the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. Wow, that sounds like fun. Hi, Meg. So I'm going to go back in with my BG15 and just enhance this upper lip and lower lip line one more time because I feel like it needs to stand out just a little bit more than it is. So cute. Wasn't sure where you were going with him, but he does look furry. Thank you. Yep, that's where I was going. I need him to look furry. He's supposed to look furry. So I really like him. I'm gonna take my, I'm gonna use my colorless blender real quick. So I want his eyes to stand out. So I'm going to just go around the outside of the black dot several times until I see the ink start moving. And then I'm going to go to this one. And this is just going to make his eyes stand out a little more. Each time I see it start moving, I'm going to move back to the other one to give it time for the ink to actually do the magic by itself. I don't want this to be too obvious or too bold, but I do want it to significantly be there. There we go. And we'll be putting the white dots in his eyes, so it won't really matter all too much, but I really wanted his eyes to stand out just a little bit more. And then we're going to take the white gel pen. We're going to build in some more stuff. So we're going to use the white gel pen. Sometimes that if your pen isn't writing and you write on your skin, it will sometimes lubricate the little ball. So I want a little bit on his nose. I'm going to put a little bit on the tops of his teeth just so they stand out just a little bit more. They'll kind of pop. You can't see what I'm doing. I was just doing his little nose. And then I'm going to put the whites in his eyes. And then we're going to put just a small strip on these nails right here in that part we left light. It'll just make them stand out a little bit more than we thought. So let me hold him up so you can really see what we got going on here. So you can see how going around with the colorless blender around the eyes opens them up a little bit. And then you put the white gel pen on there and it really helps. So look at him in all his furry self. He's very, very furry. I like how he came out. I like him. I'm going to have to back up though, so we can build the card, because here's our characters. Okay, so I did a few of these little canisters just in case we needed some accent pieces. There's Boo. There's Mike Wazowski. I was thinking I might put the little toy in Mike's hand, but I'm not sure. Or maybe Sully's hand. You know, because they were trying to entertain Boo. Yes, I just took the colorless blender and I just went around the black line that makes his eye. And you can do it for as much accent as you want. So you can go back and do it again when it dries and it'll move it even more. So you can do it as much as you want. Whatever works for you. Whatever your desire is on that. But look at these guys. They are so cute. Okay, so this is the die set. You get this piece. And you get this piece. And then you get an accent die, which is this piece right here. And then you also get, hold on, I got more pieces. Hang on, just a minute. You also get this piece, which is the one that goes in here. This piece right here, this panel. So you get this. So I have 2 of those. I cut 2 of those. I only have 1 of these, 2 of these. I went ahead and cut 2 of the back panel so that when I put it together, and I'll show you in a minute, I can sandwich the pieces that go around the back. I can sandwich them in between 2. It makes it a little bit more sturdy and it hides the part that attaches it. So that was important to me. So I printed 2, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Then you got another accent piece and 2 side panel pieces. And we'll get to what those side panel pieces do here in a minute. But basically, let's move all our little guys off to the side so we can work on this. I'm going to try and zoom out just a little bit more. Okay, so I also wanted to show you guys something that Dale made us a door. I colored it like Boo's door. So I was thinking about putting it on the back panel, but I'm not sure. It might be too thick. He made it, printed it out, so it might be too thick. I may have to use it on a card, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece right here and we're going to fold it on all the square lines. And when you do that, you fold them all in towards each other. So all in the same direction. So there's that one, then there's this one, then there's this one, and then there's this one. So basically what we have is something that looks like this. That'll be the front part, and these flaps are what attach the back piece. That's the piece I want to hide. Now before we do that, we're going to take these little panels right here and we're going to fold both of the sides back. So on both pieces. So this piece and this piece. So there's not very many of you guys here. There's only like 5 people here. Are you guys having fun? Is there anything else that you would like to see on these videos? Because I have a lot of project dies that I've been picking up to show you guys even more cool stuff. So we'll still have coloring, but I think we're going to do some projects too. So we have these 2 pieces and they're going to need to go inside here. So I would rather do them before I attach everything because I think it's just easier that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down. I want to fold this over because I need it to not be in the way of this. And then I'm going to add this flush with the bottom right here like this. And I'm going to attach it, and then I can attach the other one, and then we'll be able to add this one in a minute. So let me grab my glue. I got my Barely Art glue. It does hold as well as double-sided sticky tape, so we're good with that. So I'm gonna put some glue on here. It'll take a second, but it won't take too long for it to dry. I'm gonna put it close, but not right. I'm not butting it right up against this fold. I left a little bit of a space between there, but the most important part is making sure it stays flush with the bottom. So I'm going to put that one on there, and then we're going to do the next one. It's just easier to do this, I think, than once it's put together. Once it's put together, it's really challenging. And these they can be wherever you want, but know that when this stands up, it needs to be spaced. So I'm just skipping a little bit of space, like skipping a little bit here, making sure I keep it a little ways from the front. So I'm just eyeballing it. There's no measurement there. I'm just trying to keep it all lined up with the bottom, flush with the bottom. So now I have these 2 pieces already on there, so I don't have to worry about that. And now we're going to have to put the other side on there. So yay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on each side of these. And I like that this Barely Art glue gives me a little bit of time to move things around. So I'm just going to set it on there like that, and then I'm just going to hold it up against my glass mat and line up my lines. Like this one is perfect. It goes straight on that line, and then the one behind it, it's pretty straight too. So I just want to attach it, And I'm okay if they're not perfect. You guys can do yours however you want. But I do want to make sure that they match the bottom of the box. So that's really important for how stable it sits. So there we go. I got them there. The Barely Art glue is giving me a little bit of time to play around with them. It's pretty straight. It looks pretty good. This one might be off just a tad. Maybe we can move it back just a little bit. We only have a little bit of time. Once we have it stuck, that is it. So I didn't press it down until I had it exactly where I wanted it. But there we go. So now I have those two pieces on there. I need to give them a second or two for them to dry. Okay, are we ready? Here comes the next step. Okay, so this piece, we're going to attach the pattern paper on top. So just decide what pattern paper you want. Oh, we could use blue or we could use green. I almost think the green will be better. But I cut it with the stitches on the outside this way, so we'll just stick with that. But I think I would have liked the green better. But too late. Not that it would have really mattered all that much, but I think I'm gonna like it no matter what. I mean, blue and purple, my favorite color, purple. How can I not like it? So this die right here, it meets up flush with the bottom as well, like that. And once you get that all lined up with the bottom, then the rest of it just all layers out exactly like it's supposed to. So no issues there. It all lines up fairly easily. And here's the part where I'm not sure what they teach, but normally you would put this inside here and then that would attach to the back, but then that leaves that open as unfinished to me, and I'm not a fan of that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a second panel over top of the back, and I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. Let me add the glue to the insides of these flaps so we can put this paper in here. I don't want to put it in front because then it messes that up, and so we're gonna do it like this. This is a cool box. This is also the Sassy Club box that you can use for any images, but I just really like it for this one. I may use it for other stuff though, because now that I know how to put it together, I really like it. Okay. Oops, I got that one off just a little bit. See how it's up too high? I need that flush with the bottom. I just have a thing about that. What is my deal with that? I would add one now on the outside. Oh, don't worry. We got the outside pieces too. So I'm just going to press that down to make sure I get a really good seal. Same with this one. You'd put one, oh, you mean you'd put one on the outside like I'm doing too. That bugs me right there, that showing like that. So we're just going to put an extra panel over top of it so that you can't see any of the seams. I like it that way. And it only takes a second longer to cut one more of these, so it's not a big deal. But that's just me. That's how I am. You too, huh? I'm not the only one then. Okay, so now all we have to do is line these up. We want to make sure it stays flush with the bottom. I've said that like a million times today. You guys know where I'm going with that. I want to make sure I have it all lined up. It looks great from the front. So much neater, yes. So much neater. I'm going to press them together using this press pop. It's tiny, it's easy to use. The little pieces, it slides in there. It works really great. Pretty cool. So there we go. Now we have the beginnings of the box. The good thing is this box lays flat, so you can put your accent pieces on now. So we have one for the front panel that fits in there like that. So this is easier than it's a little intimidating when you first see it, but it's way easier to put together than you think it is. So what I did was I cut a couple of these. I pre-cut. So when I got my die cutting machine out, what I did was I cut little kits like this, so that when I'm ready to do the next one, I can just pull one out and it's ready to go, instead of having to get my die cut machine out every time. So I cut like 3 of these at one time, so I had some spares on hand. And then these 2, there's dies for these as well. I want the blue on the outside, so this one will go over here. Preparation, that is key. If you just sit around and die cut the pieces and put them in a little, I did it with another one that I want to do with you guys later. So I prepped about 6 other kits over there so that we can do these lives, and you can watch it all happen and get put together, but you don't have to watch me go, what color, what this, what, you know, I'll just already have that part together. Now sometimes I'll ask for suggestions and colors, so don't worry. Sometimes you'll need to be in on that. Just gonna make sure this lays completely flat like the other side, and it does. I'm so smart. Thank you. It's very helpful when you want to make a card. I mean, sometimes you want to do something like this, but you're like, oh, I got to get the die cut machine out and all the die cuts, and then I don't, you know. So when you have a few minutes, that's when I cut them out and prepare them. So I have card bases ready for regular cards, and I have these ready. It's just a great idea. I like to do that too, to save time. Yeah, it's true. Okay, so look, it stands up perfectly. We have 2 inside that we can attach the characters to. So now we have this door that Dale did. Don't know if it'll fit on there. It kind of doesn't feel like it goes with the whole theme to me. So I have some extra papers with doors on it from one that I cut before, so I thought maybe we could cut out a few of the doors and stick them on there. I don't have a whole bunch of them, but I saved this paper just because I wanted to be able to use some of the doors. Most of the doors are cut off, but it's okay. It's all okay. We can use that purple door for sure. I want to use the purple door. I mean, I might as well. And this is the paper pack that Sassy Club has. I can show you some of the papers that have pulled out. So it has doors in it like this. You love that door. It also has a door stamp in the stamp set. So if you wanted, you could make your own background with the door stamp. I thought about that, but I was a little too late for that. You can make flowers, you can make the canisters, or you can use the door. So that's pretty cool. And then these are some of the other papers that kind of looks like Sully. I have more, but I used a lot of them already. So those are the only ones I have handy right now. But this is why I cut the canisters, because I thought we might need them, you know, to decorate. And then we're gonna need sentiments. So let's decide where we're gonna put these little guys. So Sully is so big, I like to put him in the back. We should probably decide what sentiment we're gonna use, so we know how we want to put them on here. Let's look. Boo. We could use Boo. I got an eye on you. Monster hugs. We scare because we care. I like that one. Monstrous birthday wishes. We could do that right along the front. That would be cute too. Crazy for you. Scream at your birthday. I kind of like that one or that one. What do you, because we care, or should I make it a birthday card? You guys tell me what you think. All right, so I think I'm going to put this door on here. I think I need to turn it around so it's open up this way. And we'll put Sully back here. I think he needs to be in the back. Oh, here, we'll block the door. No, he's in front of the door. And then because we got to put Boo back in her. We got to put Boo back in there. So I feel like either we'll put her back there and then we can put these two in the front. Or we can put her back here and put these two in the front. I don't know. What do you guys think? Any ideas? Any thoughts? I feel like you have to actually put them on one at a time. They're hard to hold into place. So I like his little hand because when you lay the card down, it'll go like that, so it won't be in the way. Or we could do it this way. Don't know. What do you guys think? I didn't plan this far out, you guys. This is random. This is the random part. Yep. Or we could fold it that way. So either way, it works. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put these on there because I want them there. I've decided them already. I think the door needs to go like this. I want it to be like behind him in the scene, not right there in the front. So it's okay if he covers it a little bit. You would leave the door out? I like the door. I think we need some of these too. Because, you know, this is part of the scare stuff. Let's put Sully on there first. Here we go. His hand's going to stick off, so I don't need any glue on his hand. I love that everybody has different ideas of how they would do it because we're all so different. No one crafts exactly the same. So I love it. Now you guys make you some and then show me what you did. I would love to see. I want him to be up high enough that you'll be able to see him over the other characters. So I'm going to press him down. Okay, so we have him on there. You would leave out the door. I like the door. Okay, so next I think I want to put, I think I want her to be there. I think we're going to put these two in the front. Mike Wazowski, he needs to be all the way up front, I think. I'm going to put him way up here on the front. So you just put it on his feet and then you attach him where you want him. You can lay it flat if you want while you're doing it. So it's pretty easy to put them on there. They stand up really nicely, especially the thicker paper you use, the better. This is not very thick paper that I used. It's like, I want to say maybe 80 pound. No, this is more like a 65 pound paper. And it's holding just fine. And then I'm going to put Boo back here. Like maybe right here. So she'll be short enough that you'll still be able to see Sully back there when you're looking at it. And then we'll put her on this one right here. So you'll be able to see them all. I think that's good. I like it. I like it. Let's do it. So I'm going to put her right here. I want her to be real close to the edge, but not so far that she doesn't fit in the envelope. Does that make sense? If this is the 8.5 by 11, I need to keep Boo inside this line right here. So see, she's lined up. So you have to think about that when you're putting the characters sticking out. Otherwise, you're going to have to put them in a bigger envelope. There we go. So now we have cute little Boo. I think I'm gonna put a little slit right here for her little arm to go in. There we go. She'll lay flat, she'll stand up, and it kind of turns her to an angle, so I kind of like that. See how it does that? It's really cute. All right, so now we're going to put her in there, so just glue on the bottom. All we have to do is glue on the bottom. If you wanted, you could cut 2 of these out with your dies and layer them up to make them thicker so they stand up a little better. I mean, these stand up just fine, so it's not a problem. I want to make sure I can see her. Oops, I think my big fat head is in the way. I'm so sorry. I want her to be over here, but not too far over here. There we go. That way you can see all of them. So once I have her where I want her to be, I accidentally touched her somewhere else, so there's glue on there. I'm gonna press it down just to make sure it all sticks there really well. I mean, how cute is this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, we definitely have to have the little Boo Bear thingy here. I kind of feel like it should be in Sully's hand. I mean, in Mike's hand. Like he's showing it to her. I think that's so cute. Oh my goodness. I wonder if it'll look funny. What do you think? It's gonna look like he doesn't have a hand unless I put it way up. Maybe we'll just put it down here. I'll just put it in the front. Or we could put it in anywhere we want because it's our little design here. I like this little stuffed animal. What do you guys think? You like it? I definitely think we need some of these. So how about if we just put these on the sides? Since I made them, we might as well use them. We'll put them on the side. I'll lay like this. I think they're great, just like that. So I'm going to attach them. I have 4 of them, so they works great. 2 on each side works perfectly. All right, here we go, other side. Hey, you're getting your hair mixed up there, guys. Let's see, which way did I put those? Yeah, this way. Oh, you guys got quiet. Some of you are gone. Are you guys still here? Are you awake? You still watching? Are you watching TV and me at the same time? You still hanging in there? What do you think about these dimensional dies? I think these dies are fun. Then your card isn't always square. What do you guys think? All right, I'm gonna grab my Misty so we can do the sentiment. I'm just gonna curl her hand a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna grab my Misty so I can stamp the sentiment real quick so we can put it on the front. And we're gonna use the birthday wishes one because I think it works great for this. It's a long sentiment, so I don't really want to use my stamping block because it's too long. My block is circular. It won't fit on my block. So let's do this one. This will be perfect. I think it will be perfect. I'm going to put it close to the edge of the paper because I'm going to have to cut it out. All right, here we go. This is going to be a little birthday card. Someone said they have their birthday is coming up. Whose birthday is coming up? Ta-da! That worked out great. I really like stamping with the Misty a lot. I don't mess up anything. And these stamps stamp really well, so they make me very happy. I'll put all that away later when we're done. And then I'm just going to freehand cut this. I'm not going to use my trimmer because, I don't know, I don't really need it. I just kind of line up my scissors and then just kind of cut it. And when I get here, just going to give it a little bit of a design there along that edge, and then I'm going to go back to this straight line right here, and then that way our little Y can hang lower than it. I'm going to cut this piece off and this one just a little bit, and then I'm going to go along the top the same way, but everything is smooth. But the word birthday wishes is a little bit higher, so I have to leave a little bit more space above the word monstrous. There we go. And now it looks really good. It's ready to go. So we're just going to add it to the front right here. Oh, it's perfect. It's going to fit perfectly right there. And then we got to add some bling because, you know, we just can't go without bling. I think we're going to add some flowers because Boo's door always had flowers on it, and I think that would look really cute with this. So I want to make sure I'm the same distance from each edge. So if I need to slide that, I want to make sure I have that lined up really nicely. Now I have some flowers. I'm trying to remember if they're in my little thingy here. Oh no, I think they're in my drawer, in my little drawers that Dale bought, made for me. I know they're on my desk because I always keep them handy. Yep, there's some more. Yep, I think the little ones are perfect. So we'll use those. I mean, here it's cute, but I'm just not into these images so much. You spoiled me with your images. We'll get back to mine, don't you worry. Don't get me wrong, I will watch you do them because it's fun learning things from you. There's not many on it. Shows 3 you asked about. So, yeah. So they're just little flowers that I thought would look really cute. So I'm just going to add some of them to the back, like, or to somewhere. I don't know where. Probably some on the front and some on the back. It's going to lay flat like that in the card. I mean, in the envelope, so. I think there aren't that many people here tonight because of what's on the television set tonight. I think that's the problem. The flowers are tiny. Yeah, they are. I like the little flowers tiny. But we're going to put 3 of them on there, I think, right here. because you know we like to do them in threes. So let's stick with some, we'll do purple, blue, and pink. If I can pick them up, we'll be in good shape. Presidential debate. A lot of people watch that. I don't, but a lot of people watch that. I'd rather just watch the recap of it, you know, on the news. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my glue dots because these are not flat on the back. Huh?
Where do you buy them that small?
Where do I buy them that small? I don't remember where I got these. I've had them for a very long time. Sorry, I don't remember. But I'm gonna put a glue dot on the back just because they're not completely flat on the back. I want to say maybe I got them at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something like that in their crafties section. There we go. There we go. Now that'll stay for sure with the glue dot. So I just kind of took my glue dot and sort of rolled it up a bit so it was smaller and fit with these small flowers, and it worked great. So we're going to do it again. This time we'll use, let's use a white one. I think a white one would be really cute. We'll do white next. You hate that stuff, the glue dot stuff? It just wasn't sticking with the other one because it's not really flat on the back, so it needed to be added to it. But it works great. It's definitely holding it. That makes me happy. I mean, I could have put a whole lot of glue, but I don't really like to do that because then it takes longer to dry. So yeah, maybe I'll just put this down and then we can just put the flower on top of it and it'll be a little bit easier. There we go. I think we need a pink one, but I think it should be a bright pink one, so we're going to use this bright pink one because it kind of matches Boo's hair ribbons. These are a little bit hard to work with fingernails, by the way. Just saying, in case you were wondering. Oh, that was for the TV. Yeah, me too. I'm right there with you. Which is probably why you and I are here. Everyone else is distracted by the other stuff going on. I think we need some flowers over here, so I'm going to put 2 of them over here, and then I think that's all we need. And then we'll be done. So we're going to try to do these little flowers a little bit faster by putting it on here first, and then we'll just add the flower. And I'll put both of them at the same time, and then we can add the flowers afterwards. Somebody's birthday. I don't know who, I'll have to go back and look at the replay on who said it was their birthday. I know it's Mom's birthday today. She's probably watching TV. I think the blue one. I'm putting all different colors. Oh no, that blends too much. Let's put the light pink one right there. Hey, get on there. There we go. And I think I'll put another white one. Or maybe we could put a yellow one. Yeah, let's put it. No, I don't like the yellow. Let's do the white. Now I'm going to use my little tool here to press them down to make sure they stay on there. And there we go. So my mom's on her new phone. Yeah, and not to mention she's probably also watching the debate. Okay, so this is our little card that we made. This is the one I made the other day. I included all the images on that one. So it's a little busy and hard to see everybody. And this is the one that we did tonight. So cute. This is the one we did the other day. Okay, so I told you guys we were going to do next week. I have decided that we are going to do I'm trying to get it out. Be patient with me. I'm trying to find it so you guys can see it. It's this new, I just got these, and I had never seen these before, so, oh, that's right. It is Diana, that was whose birthday was on Saturday. Thank you. That is right. I want to remember to say something about this. Is so cute. I like the little things on the side. I'm glad I put those out there. Okay, so this is called Pink Fresh is the name of the company. And I'm going to zoom out even more because, oh, you're going to see my messy desk. Because you kind of need to see these in the full. So this is how they come. So we'll color these flowers. I'll try to hold them up a little bit closer. We'll color these flowers so you can see how to do that, but it comes with the flower, and then this die sits right over top of it, so you stamp the whole thing, then this fits right over top of it and cuts it all in one shot. And then they also give you this is washi tape. This is so pretty. Isn't this pretty? It looks like watercolor. Now, when I Copic color, it won't look anything like these. So I think this is neat for a different color design. So what you do is you take this and you lay it out on paper, like on white paper. You'll roll it out. It repeats the pattern after this much. So you'll roll this out. And then this die fits right over top of these. So you'll have the ones you colored to decorate a card, and you'll have the ones that are already done. So this is called Pink Fresh. This is a new thing that I discovered, which I think is super cool. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So this is what I'm going to work on. Let me show you the back so you can see. I mean, we'll of course color them way different than that, but this is what they look like when you use the sticky stuff, and this is what it looks like when you color it. This is really cool. I don't know that we'll make a card out of this. We'll probably save these for when we color something to go with it, something else. I haven't decided quite yet, but definitely going to start with this. And then I'm going to work on a list of future shows so you'll know what stamp sets we're going to use and what you'll have to have ahead of time. So just bear with me. I'm trying to work on that and trying to keep up with YouTube shorts, and I want to do some YouTube videos for you guys so I can build up the YouTube videos that are not just done here on Facebook, but ones that are done special for YouTube. So be on the lookout for additional videos and such coming very soon. So Cheryl, I have to make a lot of videos. So my images I will be coloring them, and you will be seeing them again. I just need a little bit of time. They from the use. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. So the one on the left has more in it, and I think it looks good with more. Oh, this one. You like this one better than this one. You never know. You can see them much better when they're sitting up. Like when you're sitting at your desk, you can see them a lot better. You can see them all. They're pretty cool. So this will be next week. We'll play around with that. There'll be some YouTube videos. Yes, they are Pink Fresh. They're from Pink Fresh. It's called Pink Fresh Studio. I don't know. I'm not an affiliate. I don't have an affiliate link or anything, but this one is called Vines and Roses. And yes, I believe they are US. I got these at a store that wholesales them. Oh yeah, made in the USA. But it's Pink Fresh Studio, and I just thought that they were amazing. I've never seen anything like that before. The stamp you're doing next week. Sorry, it takes me, so no worries. I'm here for the long Yeah, no problem. Yes, I want to do these. I don't know that this will take us 2 nights, but I definitely want to do this next week. So we'll definitely do that. And we'll do something else. And I have done a lot of coloring. So there are some videos on TikTok and stuff. So these are coming up. All these that I colored last night. All these videos, they're either on YouTube or they're coming on YouTube. So there'll be a whole lot of stuff. I'm just working through them one at a time. So I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. I won't keep you any longer because I know some of you are trying to watch TV too. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was on tonight. I hope that you liked the little card that we made. I hope that you'll come back and watch again next week. And I'm doing Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 Central, but that's just to start out. I'm not saying I won't do another day, or we may get to more like I was doing before, Cheryl. It's just right now I'm gonna try to iron it out so you'll know ahead of time what I'm doing rather than just random. So that's how we're doing it. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this replay on YouTube, like and subscribe, and thank you. I will see you guys next Tuesday at 8:30 Central. This is what we got. Good night.